Oh my God, it's gone live. You know, I've just been talking to a blank screen. I've had to go over to my computer to work out what was going on. It's the funniest photo. Do you want to see? Well, you probably can see it. But you know, I didn't have my, oh my God, the computer's talking. I better turn that off so it doesn't distract me. Especially because it's me talking. And let's come over here. Whoa! Holy heck, can you hear that in the background? Isn't that so weird? It's like we've got an echo. All right, that's enough of that. That's closed down. Let's get over here. Pop you on the try iPod. Oh, we did it. I can't believe it. Now, I have got a problem. I don't know if I can see any comments. Oh, wow. It says there are 9 people here. Hi, 9 people, and 2 thumbs up. So thank you so much for letting me know that the live stream is actually live. I have got a little bit of news, but I might just wait a minute or two. Do you reckon if I try and touch my thing, I'll be able to see what's going on? Oh, I probably shouldn't. It looks pretty. Oh, look, I'm going to do sideways things, and I promise I'll get on top of this because my aim is really to try and get myself happening live more often. I was going live quite a bit on, well, once a fortnight in our closed-in Facebook group, our Ready Steady Pour group, and over time, of course, I fell out of the rhythm. Real life got in the way, and I thought to myself, if I practice doing it on YouTube, it will actually enable me to feel like I'm doing it to support my channel, to interact more efficiently. It just sort of seemed to make sense as I was really nutting it through. And this has come around from a lot of the conversations I have with so many of you, thank you, every day, asking me little questions and big questions, but fundamentally the concept of like picking my brain to help you create better and to help you, particularly in that first stage of learning your creative process in fluid arts, understanding your mediums, understanding how to mix your paints. And I get asked a lot of questions every week, and I was wondering, how can I help share this information? You know, I get asked questions every week. That means lots of people are thinking the same thing or wondering the same thing. So how can I facilitate this? Maybe we do some kind of like pouring agony aunt. Oh, it's agony aunt Tuesday or something like that. And I'll go live. We'll have some questions that have come through my messenger or on Facebook or something like that, and I will answer them live where we can try and have a bit more of a conversation. And that of course will mean that I'll have to be organized to have my laptop charged. I did think it was charging, but the plug thing wasn't plugged in. So one question I am going to answer today is, can I swipe with metallics? And I had a conversation with someone this afternoon about this question. Can I swipe in an acrylic pour with a metallic? I did try one, have a look at the picture. Oh my goodness, my paint has sunk. Oh dear. Yes, and it was pretty sad. The paint had sunk and it was such a gorgeous little pour with the cells all forming up, and I'm sure that the person who wanted that outcome was really sad when they saw that their gold metallic paint had sunk away. So how do we use our paint more efficiently when it's a metallic to swipe? What we need to do is make our paint thicker. So normally for myself, when I'm mixing up my paint, it will be something like this. 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint. The paint I'm referring to is a thick global impasto, so a thick kind of paint. If you're and you can look through the YouTubes and see that consistency. So 2 parts of that thick impasto paint No, 1 part of that paint, sorry about that, 1 part of paint to 2 parts pouring medium of your normal color. And with your metallic, it's 1.5 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint, because you need that paint mixture to be thicker. Why? Because the pigments in the metallic paint are bigger and they're heavier. And for some reason, that means that the paint doesn't get as thick. And even when it does, the pigments sort of sink through. When the paint's a bit thicker, it can bind all together and hold and sit as a swipe. And I'm not going to go on and on, because you know I'm going to go on and on. You know I love a ramble. So, oh, hi, Vicky. Oh, it's the first person that I've actually seen the comment pop up. Thanks for saying hi and sending me some love hearts. Oh. What else did I want to talk about today that I'm aware but not allowed to talk about it, but I will give a whisper, that there are some new pigment ranges on their way out. Really exciting news, really excited to support these new line of products coming out really soon. And I understand they've been made in some different ways to the previous way pigments have been made. And this will not only offer us new colors and new depths, but also the pigments themselves will help create effects. What I understand is that the binder that makes the powder pigment wet will have some kind of magical ingredient in it that will help create special effects. I wonder how that will work in terms of making your own paint. That's a good question. Also, some of the powder pigments have some kind of other powder binder in them that's making them a bit more special. What else is going on? The first, as far as we're aware, please correct me if you know different. Oh, hi, Maggie. Can you turn your camera the other way as you are sideways? Oh, I see. So my orientation is locked. Thanks so much. It says my camera's locked. How if I just... Oh, God, that's so cool, Lynn, that you did that for me. All right, I've fixed that. Oh, but it's not really how... Okay, that's it. Thanks so much, Lynn. Well, I wonder what happened, because I've now moved into portrait mode. Nonetheless, we're not to get all fiddly. This is why we're doing the test run, isn't it? Hi, Nina. I was just about to talk about what we think is the first in the world resin art and flow art show, and it encompasses resin, acrylic, and alcohol ink. And we've got a huge amount of, and I say we, I'm actually not in, oh, look at my little notes. I'm not actually involved in the committee or on the Cardinia Art Society group or anything, but I have been sort of putting my hand up to help in a few ways, and a couple of those ways are by representing some of our favourite products out there. Karen Stokes says she wishes that she could get to the Cardinia show. Well, it's the first in the world, we think, and it'd be good to find out if we're right or wrong. But I've got something to tell you. I really have. Lauren's really excited to be there, and I'm really excited to be there, because guess what? I can tell you now, I've had to keep a secret, and I had to keep it for so long. Sharon's looking forward to it. She's got Sunday planned. I'm doing 2 demos on Sunday. If I stop reading the comments, I'll be able to get this secret out. Okay, I'm not going to read the comments. I'll cover it with that. All right, cool. I've touched the screen and all the comments came up. What if I touch it again? Okay, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Are you ready? I'm going to say it now. It got announced today, so it's out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag, and the news is that the judges of the Resin Art and Flow Art show have been announced, and I was very, very honoured 6 months ago to be approached and asked to be one of the judges. So I'm judging in that show, and at this point there are over 300 art pieces that have been registered, and it's just so exciting. So for those people who have noticed I've been a little bit like, oh, don't really have time to help you with that. No, I'm sorry, I can't look at that. Or people who've asked me if I could take their art down to the show and I've said my car's full. Well, it is kind of full, but I really just did not want to accidentally see anyone's artwork and impact the way that I judge, because I know that I will be doing it with my knowledge and my best interest and fairness at heart, and I don't want to have that sort of accidentally contaminated. So worked very hard to keep that separate. So we've been going for about 10 minutes, and I wonder now, does someone want to see if they want to ask me anything, and I'll see if I can actually do this on my own, because one of my things is that I've been worried about is in doing a live, how am I going to be able to read the comments and talk back to everyone and coordinate it? Thank you. Oh, look, I can do it. Look, Lynn says, congratulations, Maggie. What a well-deserved honor. And you know, I really do feel incredibly honored to be in the position of looking at everyone's art and having an opportunity to give people so much feedback. And on that note, I want everyone who has contributed towards the art show, either in a sponsorship manner or planning on attending, or by coming in and being an incredibly courageous creative by submitting your art pieces to be assessed, because it is a judging show. Congratulations to you all. This is the first of this type. This is the first that we know of where the show is dedicated towards this type of art form, and you're really putting yourself out there and you're really allowing that sense of vulnerability. So good work to you all, and the awards are going to be on the Friday night, and then there's just going to be a whole lot of having heaps of fun. Lauren says, a product question. Any news on what's happening with Riot Global Whole Cup Craft Rain? Online is always sold out. You know, Global seems to really not kind of exist. Oh, well, no, Global doesn't seem to really exist anymore. It seems to have been swallowed up by Wholecraft. And the background information simply is that it was a rebranding, that Global was Wholecraft, and that they just took over, rebranded, but yet the feedback I've been getting with the paints is that they're different. And in all honesty, I haven't gone out and bought any of the Impasto, it's El Dorado now. So the Global paints are gone. They have been taken over by El Dorado. I know you know which one I mean, but I know I'm not saying it properly. And Wholecraft has got the pouring medium and the high flow paints, and Paper Mill has knocked out Pinata alcohol inks from Riot Art, and all Riot Art shops seem to be I was laughing at Lauren, who says she says like that too. But all Riot Art shops seem to be at a high level of disorganization and a low level of stock. And that also seems to be what's happening on the online store too. I don't know why that is, and I don't know why we all continue to push forward with wanting to only shop there. There are lots of other places for us to shop. I guess it's because it's a really good entry level product, a really good all-rounder, make those paints do so many great things. We're used to them, so we're comfortable, and we're not liking the change of having to, you know, possibly relearn ratios and mixing and consistencies with different paints. I don't know if you've ever noticed that you can make up the same consistency with one brand of paint and another brand of paint, but the paint still behaves differently because of the grit or the binders that are being used within it, or the way that the paint ingredient interacts with the pouring medium. And in this moment, I would like to say, if you're ever faced with that moment in life where someone says, oh, anyone can do that, I challenge you to say to them, here's my paint. Don't give it to them mixed. And here's the pouring mediums. Here, go and do it. Show me how you do it. Because my answer to that these days, because I'm just getting a bit like over it, is anyone can draw a sideways nose Picasso. But that's probably a bit cheeky and taking it a bit far. All right. I think we should wind it up there. We've done really well. I think that I will aim to try and get on here live a bit more. Well, not even a bit more. I think I'll set a time and start doing it and be able to be in a position for us to have more ongoing conversations, and also for people around the world to connect into the Australian pouring art field. Yeah. So, ciao. I wonder how I turn it off. Can I do it smoothly and eloquently? I'm going to reach up and cross the X. Hi, Cece's World Australia. And thanks, Nina, so much for your support. All right, I'm going to cross the X. Hopefully it'll be so eloquent. Watch how I'm going to turn off. Bye. Oh, it didn't work. Bye. Do I want to stop streaming? Yes. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Oh my God, I'm reading the comments and I'm still live. I don't know how to turn it off. Am I sure I want to stop streaming? Yes.